what's up, rock stars? It's Rox, and I'm coming to you today with the review for Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 10, Episode 3. So let's get to it, shall we? Alright, you guys, uneventful episode. I feel like they just kind of put this up as a filler because they knew a lot of people were probably going to be watching the AMAs. So we're going to get through this real quick. Porsha. She and her mom and her sister go to a body wrap place because they want to clear away the toxins and the excess waste. Porsha says that even though she's a baby vegan, she knows she's juicy. And she always wants to feel good, even on the outside and the inside. She tells us that working with her sister, she's the body and Lauren is the backbone. Why does she tell us that? Because they're planning on going into business together. So later on, they meet with Porsha's business advisor and real estate advisor. Okay, and what is the new venture that they're looking into? A beauty salon. Porsha's always dreamt of having a salon where, people came and got beautiful, glammed up, their hair done and whatnots. She is not a cosmetologist, though. So she's had these men come down to kind of tell her what she should and should not do. When you opening up a business, you have to have a business plan. Porsha, I don't have one of those. All I know is I want to have a place where people come and get their hair done. Dale and Eric, that's their name, they're telling her that, we first need to have a plan. Like, exactly what do you want? Well, Lauren says that they should have something smaller. Porsha wants something bigger. Lauren is thinking more on the sweet side. Portia's not thinking on the sweet side. She's talking about a full grand scale beauty hair salon. So, they're kind of disagreeing on certain things. And you would hope that the person that you're going into business with, when you sit down with some advisors, that you guys would at least be on the same page. So, they're just like, okay, when do you think that you want to get this up and running? I'm thinking 3 months. Real estate man says no, 9 months, and that is at the least, because you got to get permits. I mean, it's not, you don't just throw up a building. This is a health, you have to be sure that you're health safe. She was just like, oh yeah. But Lauren and Porsha still need to discuss, amongst themselves exactly what it is and isn't that they're doing. So once the guys leave, Porsha was just like, so what exactly is the problem? Seems like, you're not really on the same page as I am. Lauren says, I have a problem with you saying that it's your salon and it's your vision. And Porsha says, well, it is my salon and my vision. I'm putting all the money into it. People always want to throw that money out. But I mean, I guess it's true. I was just like, why you gotta be so damn rude to your sister? She was just like, okay, and I do all the work for your business. And she says, but you get paid for it too. And she says, well, I get paid, but I don't get paid what a regular person would get paid. I get paid what a sister would get paid that's helping out their other sister. Porsha was just like, and she was like, I just feel like you don't appreciate me. And Porsha was like, I do appreciate you, Lauren. It was just, I couldn't understand what the hell they was arguing about. I mean, I do understand on both sides. Maybe everybody just need to be able to talk to each other a little bit better, okay? We know you are the money, but if Lauren is doing all the work, then maybe we need to try to come to some sort of agreement to fix this problem. What do you guys think? Now, Cynthia, we see her on a date with this guy, Will. I actually have heard about him on Instagram, and something tells me that even before this scene, they had been seeing each other already. Because she was just, giggling and all under her breath the whole time. I said, girl, you done already had you a taste. Anyway, she's meeting with Will, and he's a cute enough guy. Okay, says that he's a Capricorn. I said, oh, like me. And then I thought about it, I said, oh, like Tyrese. Child, I was like, girl, I hope you're ready for a male Capricorn. I've come to realize that they ain't the best person to be with. But child, maybe, there's always a diamond in the rough. Maybe Will might be one. Anyway, they start talking about their past relationships. She's a divorcee. He's never been never been married. I think he had a kid. But other than that, they look like they gonna hit it off. And she likes him. The whole time she just grinning, like I said. They had already had a little taste of each other. Now, Nene, she's at her nice big home in her backyard, talking about how hot it is sitting directly in the sun. Girl, why you out there if it's hot? Okay, even Greg comes out, complaining how hot it is. What was the scene for? I'm not quite sure. We see her son, what's his name? Grant? Greg, is he Greg Jr. or is it Grant? Whatever the boy name is. You know, he's there. He's about to go out. She's telling them to text him. Again, a very unnecessary scene. I'm just like, y'all, I don't understand what none of the scenes was for this week. She's telling us that the young lad did not go away to school. So she's not really empty nesting, but she is proud of him because, you know, he still does his thing and he wants to be in the entertainment business and act and, you know, do a little bit of comedy. So he wants to follow in his mother's footsteps. Y'all see the air quotes. Later on, Cynthia comes over and Nene is just telling Cynthia how Greg wasn't feeling well. He just kept on saying, I don't feel well, I don't feel well, I don't feel well. So he went to the doctor and they checked him in. They're going to run tests on him. Cynthia's asking her, like, you know, is everything going to be okay? And Nene feels like everything's going to be okay. Cynthia feels like she's in denial. I was just like, well, if Nene don't seem like she's too worried about it, then we ain't going to get too worried about it either. Then after that, Cynthia tells her about Will, the new guy that she's seeing. Nene actually said that she bumped into them at the restaurant and he was, you know, very mannerable and charming, and she likes him for Cynthia. Oh, did I tell you guys that he's 41, Cynthia's 50? Even though you guys know I ain't into the whole young man, older woman thing, that actually is okay, because once you start getting into the 40s and 50s and 60s and shit, everybody, you know, grown now, so. But, yeah, as far as Greg in the hospital, Cynthia lets Nene know if anything else happens, you know, let me know. I'm always here to help. Now, Kandi, she's meeting with the Kandi Coded clique. They are discussing her stepdaughter. Is it Kayla? Kayla. She's turning 21, and I think they said she wanted to have a slumber party. Then somehow they get on the subject of the OLG, Don, Juan, and Kalma. They got to hire some new staff, but Kandi is having a problem. After all that stuff that happened with Johnny, I don't really know who I can trust. She says she spent thousands of dollars already just trying to deal with him. She don't need nobody that's going to come in and be costing her, you know, litigational money. So, they not really sure. But Carmen, y'all, Carmen is leaving her. Carmen is going, I guess she's going to be selling insurance or doing something with her insurance business. So Kandi even has to hire a new assistant. And you guys know Kandi likes to keep her friends really close, so I'm just like, who is she gonna put in that? Don Juan mentions how contentious her friendships are, talking about the girls. Hell, Kenya snuck off and got married and Kandi didn't know one thing about it. You know, she was just like, I asked her, girl, are you married? And she told me she was. I said, well, Kandi, I guess maybe Kandi and Kenya were close off screen, but were they really? Even if the girl did sneak off and get married, you know, you would expect maybe if it was just a small group of her family there. Oh, well, I guess her family wasn't there. Kandi was a little offended that she wasn't invited, because remember, she did point out to Kenya that there were other people there. And Kandi was just like, I feel stupid because I didn't even know that the girl hadn't gotten married. As far as Porsha, it's been awkward. She hasn't said anything to Porsha. She doesn't have any plans of saying anything to Porsha. So then we start talking about Shamia's wedding and how, you know, Porsha couldn't afford the ticket. I still don't understand exactly what is Porsha's issue. Many of you guys pointed out that if it's indeed you can't afford it, you don't want to spend the money, or you don't want to go because of your health issues. Which is it? Now, to me, if you have a health issue, you just can't go, period. So why would you be looking at tickets to begin with? Now, you already said you can't sit down for that long. Your legs got to be up. But then you was looking at the tickets, but then you realized $10,000 was too much. But then somebody else got some lower, and there are still lower ways that you can get there. Something ain't right with that story. So I'm just like, we might have to give Porsha a little bit of the side eye. But I guess as of now, Porsha ain't going. So that's that. Now, we see Kenya. She's at her home with them damn dogs, okay? Lukey and Dookie. I guess one of them done peed on her damn dress. Bitch, if you would pick your dress up off the ground, then the damn dog wouldn't be able to pee on it. It's supposed to be that special. Hang it up. She calls her husband and she was just like, do you know that Dookie peed on my dress? She tells us again how she's going to protect him. And, you know, people are trying to come after her, but she ain't going to allow it with him. And then we just get a scene of her talking on the phone. At first, I thought she was talking to him directly, but then we see her trying to leave all these messages about how much she loves him and can't wait to see him. And, you know, she still got lingerie left from the honeymoon and all of that. So now, Sheree and this birthday party. So Sheree is having this 70th birthday party for her mother. And you know Sheree always act like she about to have the biggest and the best and the grandest and she about to do all this and do all of that. The shit always gets fucked up and falls through every single time. However, she always wants to make it clear that, you know, she hires the right people to get the job done and all of that. Shit don't never come into fruition. So to make a long story short, you know, she's making the plans. Her mom's 70th birthday party, like I said, it's going to be a 70s style party. I done found out that as we get older, boy, we love us a costume party. So, you know, she's talking about the whole show is her trying to get everything prepared and I guess stressing out the fucking party planner. She wants the disco ball to be over the dance floor, and the dance floor is, you know, in a different area than the ball. Is not giving her the effect that she wanted, so she's all over the party planner trying to tell her to, you know, get the shit right. She's just like, okay, I'll be over there later. Later never comes, because that evening when it gets down to the crunch, the damn party planner sends her text message was like, I sense that there is some tension, that you have an attitude, so I'm not coming, and here's the address where you can pick up the rest of your shit, and I hope y'all have fun. And Sheree was like, I know this bitch ain't just canceled on me. So, you know, she calls and goes off on her like, you know, I am very upset. Okay, leaving the message on the voicemail. The party planner didn't put her on through to the voicemail. So she was just like, I am upset that you would do this to my mother. You knew this was for my mother. You know, she trying to do all that. Girl, she ain't listening. She ain't worried about you. Get off that phone and handle the party like you have to. Tiffany said, fuck that. Child, it's just a mess. It starts to rain. You know, they got shit outside. That's how it does out here in Atlanta. It'll be sunny and it'll just rain, and then all of a sudden it'll be back hot again. So nothing to get too worried about. But, you know, with Tiffany canceling on her, I'm sure that rain was not, you know, the best. Jumping over to Cynthia, we see Cynthia go over to Kenya's to pregame for the party. And Kenya was really cute in her little 70s outfit. I thought she was the best. Cynthia was giving me more 80s, early 80s disco vibe. But okay, maybe it was late 70s, early 80s, you know. But anyway, they discussing Cynthia's new man Will and whether or not, you know, they gonna get together like that, you know, have sex. You know, Kenya tells her, just assume that he's seeing other women, that he is having sex with other women. So don't have sex with him if you can't keep your feelings in check. And Cynthia says, oh no, honey, I got mine in check. It's all good. Okay, I told y'all she didn't already did it. Then Nene shows up. I did catch the shade when they showed the closet, the husband's closet, and had all them clothes and few clothes in there with some tags on it. I was just like, they would have done better just leaving it empty. We already know the man don't live there. You guys, you know, just got married. So it would be okay if his side was empty. Them little tags and shit hanging up. That's it, girl. You done went to Ross and put you some shit up there and try to make it seem like he be there. You know, he pack a bag and bring it with him just like you do the same. But the party, the night is here, everybody comes, and, you know, nothing happens at the party. Everybody actually has a really good time. I could tell from the pictures that came up on Instagram a couple of months ago that they really did have a good time, and they just was posting them damn photos everywhere. So it was fun. Nothing. Okay, and then somebody did mention in my tweets last night, though, that it looked like it was not at Sheree's house. What did you guys think about that? I didn't pay enough attention to see if it was or wasn't. I mean, I just assumed that it was there. I would think that they wouldn't just do all of this somewhere else and saying and acting like it was not Sheree. I mean, acting like it was Sheree's when it wasn't. So y'all tell me if y'all thought it was, because I didn't look well enough. And then the next day after the party, Greg is going in for surgery. It looks like it is bad, or at least it's enough to have some sort of surgery. And so Nene is upset and trying to get to the hospital, and they want to do it right now. And she's like, let me, hurry. I'm getting there. I'm going to be there in 10 minutes. And she's worried because Greg is her backbone. And she says, Greg got to come home. He got a family to come home to, a wife that loves him and needs him, So she's there and waiting room and crying and everything. Po Greg. But Greg is still around, so Greg is fine. That was it, y'all. All right, you guys, let me get off of here. Y'all see my hair ain't done. I ain't got no makeup on. I got a couple of cracks in my damn window. I just got the damn car, not even a year yet, and I already have 2 cracks in the window, so I'm about to take it so that they can fix that and all of that. So that's why I'm trying to get through this video now. All right, let me get off of here. Y'all make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is for itsrox. Everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. I plan on doing the same. Till next time, rock stars. Bye.